Welcome everybody, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, to XU Exponential University's virtual online open day where all your questions will be answered. And I will be sharing my screen, so please let me know if you can see my screen. And just give me a second. I will be going into a presentation mode as well. Just give me a second. And just give me a second. Just confirm to me if you can see the screen on. And yeah, if somebody could just open their mic up and tell me if they can see the screen.
Yeah, we can.
All right. Perfect. All right. So my colleagues will be handling the chat today. So in case if you guys have any questions, please put them in the chat and my colleagues will be answering to your questions in the chat. Welcome everybody to the session, like I mentioned before, and welcome to XU Exponential University, where you can study your future. All right, so this is going to be our agenda for today. You're going to get to meet one of our student ambassadors and hear about her whole journey and her experience with our university, and also the wonderful experiences that she has made here in Potsdam, Berlin, Germany. You'll get to hear about some reasons of why to study at XU Exponential University or XU University. You'll get to know about our study programs, our bachelor and master study programs as well. You'll get to meet our faculty as well. You'll understand the application process, funding, and in case you come from OECD countries or EU countries, you can also look at financing the tuition fees that we have for our programs. We're going to talk about employment and salary and career expectation also during and after graduation. We're going to cover accommodation and then obviously about living in Potsdam, Berlin, Germany. Hold on, I am getting information to let people in, so I will be letting people in as we talk. Just to clarify it right from the beginning, in case if you are applying to us from China or you are in touch with our Chinese recruitment team, I would request you to contact our colleague Katie. Her email address is posted in the chat and she will then arrange an individual counseling session with you and answer your questions further as well. All right, so without further ado, let me introduce to you our XU student ambassador, Elif. And Elif, if you want to now open your mic and take over, it's your floor.
Thank you so much. I'm Elif. I am studying XU Exponential University like almost 3 years by now. And then this is my last year of being a student at XU, which I'm unfortunately a little bit sad, but also excited for the whole future, obviously. And then I would kindly ask like all of you to join the link that you can see it. And I can also share it in the chat, so it would make it much easier for all of you. Here it is. Here's the chat. So, and then if you just join it, there are some pre-prepared questions for you. So I would kindly ask all of you to like put them in order for me, so I can just like answer your questions that you would like me to answer them first. So, but also like it is also open question, so you can just like give me anything you want to ask. We can just talk about it. We can make it interactive as much as you would like to. But so far, what is XU for me is just if I can make it with 3 things. We all say that the project-based learning, so I think I would take all of the whole 3 things and then put it in one like a word boxes, because that's what we all do here, because this is actually for me much better. I don't know how all of you are, like I have literally no idea how your learning process is like, but for me, when I do something in practice, when I just put them in something that I can see, I can feel the result, that makes me to learn much easier than just reading it like the whole theoretical thing. Of course, reading is amazing, don't get me wrong. I don't just try to make it like, oh yeah, don't read anything, you're just gonna learn everything where you study it. It's not what I mean, but it's also more that you can actually grasp it much better. That's what I would say. So, but I will leave it a little bit, and I will wait for your answers. Like, is everybody okay? Like, did you guys able to join, or rather not? Because if I know a little bit, it would be great. you can give me thumbs up. If you don't want to open your mic, if you're just feeling shy, that's okay. I was always there too. So sometimes I'm getting shy too. Just like, oh yeah, just like it's good. Good. Nobody's gonna judge you. We have university background, so if you want to wonder something, you will have to help you. So, these are some people who I will become but apart from that, then we can just go on, obviously.
Yeah, maybe else while people are choosing the questions and writing questions to you, and hopefully you all are able to click on the link that's posted in the chat, and you can write the question directly to Elf. Maybe Elf, if you want to introduce yourself and tell them where you're coming from, what you're doing, and just give like a short introduction of yourself and make them understand what you're doing right now or where you're working. It will help the audience understand you better as well.
Yeah, I would love to do that. I actually didn't want to answer those questions because some of them are like in the pre-prepared questions. So I don't want to repeat myself, obviously, but I can give you a little bit quick info about me. I am coming from Turkey. I have studied before in Turkey in a public university and graduated as a chemical engineer. And now I am here studying coding and software engineering, which is named now data science and AI. And then what I am doing currently, I'm a working student too. I'm working at Aeon as a data migration working student. So my job is currently all based in data analyzing and then also putting them in like really fancy presentation styles. And then I have a lot of customer interactions. I have to be in touch with them. I always have to maybe like be the technical person in the whole team to help them out. Oh yeah, this is it. How can we do this? And then answer their questions. So, but it is really nice. I really enjoy working there because of the team. It makes me feel really excited to wake up. And thankfully, this is like through XU, we had the project with Eon. That's how I met with them. And then this is how I also got the whole job for me. So I'm so thankful for it because my previous job, it's that wasn't something that I wanted to have, and then at least I just started to be able to see it now thanks to like the project that we had it, and then I just met with the team of Eon, and then we started like matching as energy wise, let's say. Then I just was like so sure of it that I want to go here rather than staying at the previous company of mine. So I'm happy. I actually can see that there are 5 boards, and then I can start answering them right now. The first question was selected by all of you was what is the project-based learning like? How does it work in practice? Which is actually a good question because I started talking about Eon Hannah. We just like did the projects and everything. For us, the companies actually are not coming to us directly, obviously, but our lecturers have those connections and networking with them. And based on their like lecture curriculum, they decide to work with companies and they connect with them, and then they say like, yeah, okay, can we do such a thing? And then if they're interested in it, they just started doing that. But also we have some companies that are like cooperating with XU already from the beginning. They have the agreement of it. So then they just started doing them together. But how they decide the project-based learning activities, as I just said it earlier, that there are some curriculums that based on the lecture that needs to fit with the requirements of the lecture. So for example, for us, we were doing an innovation lecture, and then our lecturer contacted with Eon, and then they wanted to try it out, like what can we do and what kind of project we can bring up to the table. And then they were so interested in doing it. Then after that, they said like we have those like projects that we think that the students would be like come in hand for us. We can just like help each other out, how it goes, like we can see it, how is the project like. But for us, the project was the bidirectional charging, and there are other projects too. But for us, we picked as a team was the bidirectional charging. So for us, we had to actually help E.ON to overcome how the bidirectional charging itself is like can be heard by many people, because there are so many people out there. As you know, that the bidirectional charging is really important for the energy industry. But there are many people that are not aware of it so much, and they wanted to make them involved in it. So technically that was the project came in. But we just started doing in teams. You talk with the E.ON, you always have a supervisor that teaches you what you have to do, what you have not to do, and then you talk over them. You don't just like pretend like, oh yeah, this is my supervisor, I can't just like bring discussions together and talk with them. That is usually you do it. Like you just come up with them an argument, they come up with you an argument, you talk back and forth, and then try to find out something. And that teaches you the most, because of you have the interaction with the customer, like in a really base. You literally experience the feeling of like working, because there are many universities that teaches you in theoretical, right? And which is great. I don't disagree with that, but I think since the technology grows more and more, I think many people get a little bit bored of reading the whole theoretical stuff, because back in the days it wasn't possible, and then now it is more possible that you can make it in a hand. So that is how it works for us. You present your ideas, you come up with something, and then that determines your grade at the end. So based on it, that you make networking, you made some connections with other people. Like you can find a job like me, I have done it because that was the project that I presented to them. And then I was like really hyped for joining the team, and I put all my effort into it. And they have seen that. They said like, okay, we would like to offer you a job if you are interested in it. And then I was like, yeah, I would love to do that. And then we just got the interview. Then they liked me, and then here I just ended up. So technically it was like that. Do you want to add something, Laveen? Because I might maybe missed something here and there.
Yeah, Al, thank you so much for that. I just wanted to ask you, have you already thought of what you want to do after you graduate from your degree?
I actually haven't talked about it because of I am 100% sure that I want to stay at the company that I'm in, technically, but it's just a bit the dilemma of me that like I want to really find a job that I really like it. I don't want to just go for everything. So I am specializing in AI and game development right now. So technically I am planning to stay at the company in AI department, which I am already talking with some people from the company. They're really interested in like having me in the team, but unfortunately, sometimes that there are not many positions open, so then you have to wait a little bit here and there. So that's why I'm not like 100% what's going to happen next, but I will be staying in the company probably. Yeah.
Fantastic. Sounds like you have a lot of options and there's a lot of stuff going on for you even once you graduate. And that's amazing to hear that you created all those opportunities during the project that we did with E.ON Germany. I don't know what you want to add any more to that, Elif, any more about your experiences? I don't know if
There
any
are
questions
more
that popped up.
projects. There are not many like questions, like there are not new questions there, so I will answer them one by one again. But for me, there are so many projects we have done it. Like the E.ON is just one of the examples, obviously, and we have worked Elaglaya. We have also did some hackathons. We also had some like events about the climaton, because climate change is a big thing, right? We always keep each other updated and the new things. We just don't get like the things that has been already prepared, like the lecture and then the curriculum of the lectures are changing so many times, because we are just looking for the base, what you want to learn, what you have to gain from this. But apart from that, we always there to keep each other updated. We just like, for example, when the AI just came out, for us, it wasn't big it wasn't a big topic for us because we were literally, as an XU, adopted immediately. We started using it in lectures. We taught each other how we can be the best out of it. Of course, I'm specializing in AI. That's a different story, but there are other students, and there are some other specializations at XU that people wanted to go for, also learning AI too, even though they're not specializing merely in that. So for us, it is always going like really hand to hand with the whole technology, which is I'm really grateful for. So that's how it is done in the project-based learning and even in the technology. So if there's nothing else, if nobody wants to ask anything about the project-based learning, I would love to move to the second question. So I take that as a no then. Okay. So the second question was selected the most was the how do exams assess? Oh, wait, I'm getting in another one. The how does it spell it? Okay, so maybe we can answer this together, Laveen, also, which I believe like that is a bit like I feel like this is like the thing said, like I have heard that many people say public universities more recognized than the private ones, and Germany is like kind of a myth to me. Of course, like every country has their public universities and they have been heard with them because back in the times they wanted to make the public universities available, like not that much the private ones. The focus was the public ones. Obviously, it's gonna be always set for every country, in my opinion. Also, my country from Turkey, we also have heard that like the public ones are always the more recognized ones. I actually believe that what lies in you comes with you. So if you're really good at it, no matter what happens, which university you go, which you get, is all determined on you. Of course, they can provide you a lot of opportunities, like the project-based learning. They can make you to join some projects of other companies. You can work with them. You can do an internship there. But that all lies in you, what you want to learn with and what you want to go with it. And of course, opportunities are changing based on the universities. I can't determine whether the public universities are giving more opportunities in Germany or the private ones, but I can just talk about the XU that we are doing it here in comparison to what I had in Turkey. Because in Turkey, for me, I studied in a public university. This is my first time ever studying in a private university. So for me, the whole opportunities that I gained here, and then I was able to talk to the company CEO here that like the first week, I guess, if I'm not mistaken, we had the hackathon, but like prepared by our lecturer Bastian, and he invited all of us, and we were just there. And then that was the first week that I just like entered the XU, and then the first week I was just like talking to the CEO of the Heleglaya, which is like you just get the shock, because this is not what I have used to it. This is what I didn't have it at my previous studies. They didn't give me the opportunity. Elif, go to this one, go to that one. Like there are so many opportunities you can join or something. Nobody just told me. Of course, we are students. We have to search a little bit, but I also believe that lectures are like your guidance, and that's how I feel it at XU too. Because if I have something, it doesn't matter who I'm going to, they will be always helping me out. It doesn't have to be only for lectures. It doesn't have to be only related to any exams or projects. It can be also personal things. And the first time I remember when I asked my lecturer that, hey, I'm looking for like a job, but the job market is really tough and I can't find anything. And I remember I went to Bastian directly because he was the closest one to me back then. And he was like, send me your CV. I will ask some of my connections, and then I will see whether they need somebody. And like week or two weeks later or something, I got the like a message from Bastian says like, hey, Aleph, like, hey, I have talked to one of my connection, and then he's interested in like having you. Would you like to have an interview? And that was happened so fast, you know, like you ask me here that do they help you? Of course they help you if you're interested in it. That's why I said like what lies in you comes with you, you know, that curiosity, if you have it, that like whole believe in yourself that you want to manage something, that is going to come with you and then it's going to go with you everywhere. So, and I believe that the university will help you to actually grow, not just like dragging you down constantly. So I hope I have answered everything you wanted to hear, but do you want to say something, Laveen? Like you know the market much better than I do know, maybe. So
Yeah, maybe I'll ask you, what advice do you have for someone who is looking for like a career in AI? What would you give them as advice?
reading. Actually, I would just say reading, like because of course I understand that practice is really important, but AI is right now mind-boggling. Like it has a lot of things happening every single day, every minute. And then I would just like tell somebody that like just read. There are a lot of people papers out there. You can read into them. You can just search. You can like sign up for a newsletter about AI or something, or any like coding stuff. Could also be anything and related to technology. Just read, because once you read it, it just makes you feel like would you want to go in? Like because there are so many fields open for AI that is coming out to, like back in the times, nobody was talking about prompt engineering. Now it's on the table. Now they're filling that position. It comes to the, oh yeah, now let's do the robotics now. Like let's build something really interesting. I don't know whoever heard of it. Well, I know that some of you are coming from China, and then, but there was a one news I have read was saying that they have started making a robot like for the baby, putting it in like you in your womb and then like make it fake, but actually the baby can live inside of you in a robot, like they were making it, and it was so interesting for me. And then when I just read it, like there are like so many fields are opening. There are so many things being involved in it. Like for example, biology wasn't that famous back in the times, but now it started to be a famous thing again because people want to do such things like with the robots. And then the baby needs to have this whole like nutrition inside of them, so they use the biological things, nutritions and chemical stuff. Now it's getting much better, like much famous, right? So I think that's all I can tell. Like read and read and read, even if you can't do anything. So that's what I would say.
Thank you, As. Maybe that can also help the population growth that we have here in Germany. If more robots produce more babies, then we won't have a lot of population crunch that we're currently having, and
Yeah.
also employee skilled labor crunch that we have in some sectors in Germany. What advice would you give to someone who wants to study at XU University? What would you tell them?
Mm. As an advice, I don't think anybody needs to like have an advice, but I would encourage them in a way that like as I said before, what it lies in you comes with you. So if you just have the curiosity, always like ask, because we have so many, like we have just small classes. We are not that many students in one class. And then nobody is there to judge you. And we always welcome everybody to come up with like anything they think it is like relevant to the topic, because you can sometimes know what you said can bring something else. So like it's just the butterfly effect. You say something and then the next day, like next person says something else, and then that makes it such a big thing. So I would just encourage the people to, if you believe that you have the whole curiosity in you, if you feel like you are feeling a little bit unique and special in a way that like you want to do something out of the box, I think XU would be the perfect choice for you, because that's how I felt about it. back in the times. Like my friends in Turkey, they were always type of the person that loves just doing what is required from them. And for me, that was the opposite of it. I wanted to always go beyond. I was always feeling like, oh, yeah, okay, I can be more than this, you know? So technically, it's not an advice, but it is some sort of an encouragement that people can take it with them.
All right. I also have Zoo who wants to ask a question. So Zoo, go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
You had a question?
Please.
No, I just tipped by mistake. I'm sorry.
All right, no
Oh,
problem.
no problem.
Then, Elf, let me just ask you this last thing. I know we were talking a lot about project-based learning. You talked about some of your favorite projects as well. So, like, what do you guys do for fun? I mean, like, what was like, your experience with your classmates, making friends here at XU University, living here in Potsdam, Berlin? If you want to enlighten the crowd about that. But before before you go to that question, I also want to say it here that, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it for the first time over here at XU Exponential University's Open Day. From Elf Demir, one day it could become a famous quote. What was that? What lies in you grows in you?
Yeah, what comes with you goes with you, or what lies in you. Yeah, exactly. What lies in you comes with you. It's this way.
What lies with you comes with you. So that's a great quote to hear from Elf, and I'm sure down the line this would be a famous quote as well one day. But yeah,
one day
Elf, you can go back to this question again.
Yeah, what are we doing? We have so many opportunities actually. Like Berlin is like a gem that like it comes with it a lot of like stuff out of it. Like you can do many things. It's just like there's no limit in that. For me, what I like is the food. I'm a foodie. I love eating. Like put me somewhere, I will eat as much as I can eat, and I won't complain anymore. So for me, I love doing that with my friends. We go so many different places. My friend group is like one of them is from Malaysia, one of them is a German, one of them is like coming from like India. Like we have so different like backgrounds and like country wise, let's say. So for us, we love going to explore their like culture, their like food, how they eat, how they do the things, and then that makes us really happy because like for me, that's the reason, one of the reasons why I keep learning other languages, because once I started speaking that language, I started to understand the person. Like I feel like I'm holding a mirror to their heart, and then it just technically comes back to me. So that is one of the reasons that why I'm a foodie. I love exploring. I love just seeing the like how they explore the things, how they live their like life. Apart from that, we meet outside, we explore, we go hiking, and then we do picnic. We play badminton, and then sometimes we just like go to gym together. Like we can just do some workouts outside, and then because once the weather is great in Germany, of course, it's just like a miracle. Once in a blue moon, it comes around, obviously. So we just go out, technically, and then apart from that, we play a lot of like card games, even at XU. Like at uni, we just like when we have a break or something, when we have nothing to do, we usually play card games or we play anything that we can do together. Or we involve everybody to come with us to drinking contest. So you can also do that. We have convinced our lecturers to come with us. So you can try that out too. It will turn out good. You're going to hear so many stories from them. Whether you're going to like it or not, I don't know. You're going to open up some stories from your heart too, and then maybe you're going to regret it afterwards, but it's going to be fun.
Fantastic. Speaking of food, Elf, you're getting us all of you're really hungry, even though we might have had our lunch already. Do you before you go? I don't know if anybody has any questions for Elf. You can also put it in the chat. Elf, I know you're super busy. Before you go, if you want to answer, what's your favorite cuisine? And then I can see Zoo has his hand raised up, and he's going to also ask you a question. So, what would you say your favorite cuisine is before we let Zoo ask you his question?
Okay, I think Right now, it's the Indian food that I am like stuck with it. The last 2 weeks, I've been eating the chicken korma constantly. Like there's a one around the corner here. I keep ordering it. They probably name me down and then they put a spam on me probably because whenever I order it, they're just like, okay. They come around and then like, okay, you ordered it again. Yeah, me, hello. So that's what happens to me.
Fantastic. I hope you guys don't ask me to cook for you guys because my cooking skills are not that great. But I do know our students do get together and have some cookouts sometimes on the weekends during these hackathon events as well with the open kitchen that we have here on campus. So yeah, that's great. I don't know, Zoo, you had a question for Elif?
Yeah, Leaf, maybe you could also share us about your personal experience studying here in XU. Do you feel there is something kind of like a language barriers? This is also in line with the questions from the students comparing the public universities and also private ones. So what I heard is that because for the public universities, a lot of most of the programs are in German. So like the German is still like the dominant language. Even some of the courses offered in English, but it's just like in the between. So after the course, the professor and the students, they switch to German immediately. So it would be a very difficult situation for the student who doesn't speak German. So what is your experience? Because you share a lot of about the study and also the students' life here in XU, but you didn't mention this kind of language barrier.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. I just didn't mention it because I don't feel it that much, I guess. That's the thing for me. Of course, I always encourage people to learn the language that you're living in, like the country you're living in. That's really important because that will be your main language to talk to other people outside of university or outside of your friends group. And then, of course, everybody at XU speaks English very well. They don't have the problem to speak it. And then our lecturers usually like they are really open to help you out. Like if you can't understand them very well, they try to like take you aside and then try to teach you, help you out, and then etc. So if you're struggling with English here, there a little bit, of course, I know that there's like some sort of requirement that you have to have B2, I guess, to join XU. But of course, all of us, like, it's not our first language, right? So obviously we can make mistakes here and there, but nobody cares about it at XU. So I don't feel it at XU so much that German is such a big problem or something. But outside of university, if you need something, and then if you need to talk to anybody related to government or something, of course, the German is the main thing that you will need it. And what I can tell you, everybody is so open to help because my friends also helped me when I was like, the first time I just came here, I had no idea about how to speak German or I couldn't make any sentence or something. And they would help me out like, hey, like, let's go together to the government place, then I can be your translator. So those are easy things that you can handle it if you ask for it, obviously. And but apart from that, it is just like I don't feel it so much. The German is a problem, but you can learn it. Like XU also had opened a course, I believe that they had the invitation. I have seen it. They have the course that you can join it, and then you can learn the basics, obviously, and then that will help you out. So I hope it
Fantastic.
answered it.
Fantastic, Els. Thank you so much for that. Just to clarify, everybody, we need B2 in English as a level to join with us if you haven't studied at an English university or English high school, but we do not have any minimum German requirements to study with us. Just to clarify that point for everybody who heard the word B2, it's for your English level and not the German level that you would need to study with us. All right. I don't know if there are any more questions for Elf in the chat.
There are some chat.
Oh, go ahead. If you want to answer them. I think we also have a hand raised. So, Ketan, you had a question as well? Go ahead. Open your mic and ask away.
Hi. First of all, thank you so much for sharing your experience. It's been very interesting. But I like how you spoke about your recent experience, but I wanted to ask if there were any specific extracurricular activities, you participated in high school, for example, that improved your chances in getting in, because I am currently entering my sophomore year in high school. So if there were any activities you would recommend that, increase your chances of getting accepted.
Actually, like, thank you for the whole questions, and I thank you for all the wishes that you have said to me. It was really wonderful to hear you. And then, but what I can tell you is just I have done nothing special than just being a curious person, I guess. Like, I was always a curious person, as I said. I didn't get any extra curriculum stuff or activities. I haven't done anything, but just I think you have to believe in yourself, and then that is gonna bring you everywhere. So, but what you can do, of course, if you're really interested in the like data science and AI, of course you can start reading it by now too. This is not just for getting accepted, but it's also for your whole like a career to build up to yourself and then make yourself feel a little bit comfortable what you want to choose. Of course, the high school is the something that we all think that, oh yeah, the next step is the university, then after that I will start having a job or something. We all think the same way. And then, but I studied before chemical engineering, and I just like stopped it there, right? I just put it the whole certificate next to my box, and then it just stayed there with me. Now I'm just joined another career. So just believe what your heart is saying to you. Just like go with the flow, and everything else will be fine, in my opinion. So I didn't do anything special, but I can all tell you this too.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So your advice is just to be you, and everybody just be themselves, and life will find their path to them, or like what lies in them will eventually come out. Is that what the famous lines that we heard from Elf as well? There are more questions in the chat, Elf. Have you been able to go through those questions and answer them as well?
I actually have answered the last one because that was the one that she asked for it. And then the specializing in AI today's world, the digital field, and constantly increasing. As I said, as you have touched the greatest point, that it's constantly increasing, right? We all know that it is increasing, and it will keep increasing. So benefit-wise, I think you have the top experience then, because now it is so new, and everybody will need you eventually, no matter what happens, because the field is so big. And now they're just like, as I said, they just discovered the prompt engineering like a year ago or so. They mentioned it. Then now it came to the robotics or something, that they move from one to one, but the old base, all the general thing is the same, knowing the AI itself. Like, because you need to understand the algorithms, how the technology is working, adapting. And then also, as I mentioned it earlier, the reading it into it, because reading will make you explore the ideas far beyond, because that makes you gonna think, and then that makes you gonna question things a little bit more. So I think a lot of benefits there, because everybody is like looking for you. And my thinking process is also maybe the cybersecurity will also be so much an important thing next to AI. I don't know whether you're interested in it or not, but why I think it is cybersecurity so important right now is the AI getting some data to train themselves, right? Because we have to train the AI no matter what happens, but the data has been shared online too. So what you can do also, we have a lecturer that is really interested in cybersecurity too. So you can also talk to them and then get deep into it. I don't know whether you're really interested in it, but those fields are hand to hand, and then they go to the whole world together. Benefit wise, they are on the top. So
okay, thank you once again.
You're welcome. Yes. Okay, I can answer the other ones too. So how the exams and assessments feel different at uni compared to what you expected. Normally, we don't have that many written exam to write it there or something. Of course, we have it for the maths exams, We have it for some data exams too, because it's related to algorithms, so you have to actually write it. But mainly what we do is we have the project-based learning from the other companies that we have it. We present them our ideas. We have it in front of the whole like a company field, or like at XU, we have the beautiful place to present our ideas. So then we talk to them, and then that is going to be our exam. And it's what is different is just like there are so many different options to have the exam. Like as I said, the written exam, we have it. We have the term paper exams. We have, for example, the coding exams that you have to code and send it over, which is my exam, the last one. Right now, I am making a game, right? Because you can't make the game in just like in an hour or so, but that takes a little bit long time, and they give it to you the month time that you can just like prepare it and then like do it the best you can do. So what is different here is just, I don't want to say the chill, because sometimes the chill word is understood a little bit wrong in a way, but we are really relaxed in terms of the exams, that because you have your friends, your teammates, like the lecturers are there to help you out. So you can always talk to them. For example, I asked my lecturer, hey, like, I don't know how to figure out this, because I know that this is exam related. I know that if you can't answer me, but I wonder like, how am I going to figure out this like whole game background planning, because I need to plan something out really that fits with the game team, right? So I was struggling with it, and he just helped me. He called me and then said like, yeah, we can do it this way, like you can see it. He didn't look at anything related to my exam, but he was like genuinely showing me some online stuff that helps me to do. So actually, I would say more relaxed, and then more like an environment that you can learn. That is what I can tell mostly. So I hope this was answered from me, that this fits you. I hope so. So what surprised me the most when I started the university, as I said, at the CEO, it was a shock for me, because I was not expecting such a thing. Like me seeing the company CEO and then having a talk with them, especially like in English, like as Zoo mentioned it before, that like, hey, okay, yeah, what about German then? Of course, people are speaking in German, that's normal, but also they're able to speak with you in English. That like doesn't create so much a problem. So I was able to speak with the CEO. I think he was like over 50-year-old or something, and then he was still able to speak English perfectly fine. So you don't have to trouble. I believe they always will welcome you. So I feel that way, at least. And then how did I make friends and find my community? For me, making friends was so easy because, as I mentioned it earlier, we have a small like classes. Everybody knows each other. If you have a problem, like you can go to any of them, you can talk to any of them. They will always be there. They will always be welcoming you. And of course, we have some classes that requires us to like work together with like marketing people or data science students, and then like we all come together. So you're not just like obligated, or you're not just only knowing your own friend class group, but you're also able to know other people. And we have also parties, right? We have summer parties, we have like celebration parties, we do so many things together. So at XU's plant, like we go for like when was it? I don't remember. Well, we went to volleyball playing actually all together to celebrate the summer. So, which fun fact, the weather wasn't the greatest. It rained afterwards. It was a summer opening day, right? That's how it is, Germany, guys. So you can already pack your stuff based on it. So just be prepared. And then what is my favorite class and project you have worked on it, and why? I think the Eon project was one of my favorite one, just because that I was able to show myself much better, because that was like last year for me. And then in the beginning, you know, like you have some struggles, you don't know how to communicate, you don't know how to talk to the customer, but like I've built up some stuff for myself after like 2.5 years. Then I was like, okay, this is literally the time for me to shine. And I was just like, I felt like I'm shining. That's why I think the project was really fun. And then we had encountered so many problems during the project. And that is always what made me think like I am literally learning something, you know, because that makes you feel all the struggle in you, the whole pressure that comes from the customer. Like you feel like you're exactly working at a company, at a, like at some like a department that you have to work and then you have to accomplish something. So that's why it was one of my favorite one. And if you could give one piece of advice to your first year self, what would it be? It would be probably don't be shy, because I was so shy in the beginning. I was like afraid of asking questions, I guess. I was like holding myself back sometimes. Maybe asking help also counts in this too. Like I would just tell myself, go ask, like what is the big deal? Just like do it. Just because that I'm culturally coming from a different background made me to be the person I was back in the time, right? In the first year. I was like really shy. I was afraid of talking to my lecturers because I always thought that like there's a hierarchy that you have to always follow. You have to always be so like Mr. Madam, or like they choose the words, you know, like you have to always be careful with everything. But then I was like, but nobody is. Why am I like this? So then I just started opening up slowly. But I think I would tell myself, like, just don't mind, just like try to learn, just be yourself, don't be shy. So that would be the advice that I give myself. And we all answered this. What do I do for fun outside of studying? We all already answered it. What is my daily routine as a student like? Okay, as a student, it's usually like I start to wake up like around 6:30 or something because I love starting my day a little bit earlier, even though classes starts at 9. So for me, I have to be on the way around 8 or something to like calculate the whole DB delays and everything. So I don't want to be late, obviously, right? So I have to just be out at 8. Probably some days, if I manage to really left home early, like earlier than I usually do, then I would go get a coffee, and then on the way I would just take my coffee and read some stuff and then go to uni and then meet with my friend at Onesie station. So then we would walk to university together. So it is like studying like this. Then we come to the classes, we have everything, we do it there. Then like if I have a team project or something in the evening, I usually focus on them. But if I don't have them, I play games usually with my friends. And as an extra next to it, I'm a working student since last year October, I guess. Yeah, that's why my days are going a little bit more chaotic than I just mentioned it. If I have to work also too along the side studying, probably what I do is just like when I have my like class breaks or something, I start working. Like I literally do my working stuff, which like of course everybody is like at my company too, like this one too and the previous one, they were all welcoming people. They were all telling me like, Elif, if you have exams or if you have something, you don't have to mind, you don't have to like come or something. But I was always so interested in like learning and doing something more. So whenever I had the time, I would just like go work and then do my stuff. So how do I balance studying, working, and living in another country? It's just like it happens. Like I don't know how it happens, but it happens. So I think it's just like, as I have said it, it just happens with all flow. Like if you just like have the interest in that you want to manage them, I think you do eventually. So as I said it, of course, XU had were in a help for me all the time. When I had something, any struggles or something, I always talked to my lecturers. They were always teaching me, helping me out. And also it goes for my working place. My bosses, as I said it, they were all telling me, if you have an exam, if you have an important thing to do, Elif, you can just take a day off. You don't have to mind it. And if you work less than 20 hours per week, what's the matter? It doesn't matter so much. And then this whole encouragement that is coming from people is actually helping you to be on the flow. So technically, that's also one of the biggest factors that how I am balancing it this much.
Elf, I know you're super busy. We cannot appreciate you more for what you have done for us, and also being in touch with students via our Uni Life app and giving them advice as well. You've been a great mentor, a great ambassador for a lot of our students. We love to see you successful, and we love to see you achieve everything that you're looking for and you want in your career, in your life, as well as in your personal life and with your friends as well. We cannot be more grateful that you took the time out of your busy day to join this session. And yeah, we look forward to you to achieving more great things. And this quote, always remaining with you, what goes in you comes out of you one day, right? So that's what we hope for you. And thank you so much for joining the session, Elf. We wish you a wonderful rest of the day, and we'll move into the second half of the presentation. Talk soon, Elf. Bye.
Yeah, thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah. So guys, that was the conversation with Elf. She's been kind enough to come out from her working student job and actually talk to us. So it's great to hear from her. And I'm sure she answered a lot of your questions. We'll now come back to our university a bit for those of you who want some more information about our university and help you understand our university and help you understand whether you fit our type of learning and also our type of environment, and whether we can help you achieve your career and personal goals. So just for you all to know, we are Germany's first university for digitalization, software technology, sustainability, and digital transformation. And even though we are a young university, over the last few years, we've been receiving a lot of quality rankings as well as appreciation and quality accreditation of our programs. And for you guys all to know, last year in 2024, we were ranked by Statista. If you Google Statista right now, you can literally find any statistic in Statista. So if you also want to find out what is the statistic of people using AI today, Statista will be able to tell you. And they did a ranking last year for universities in Germany, and they found our coding and software engineering and data science and AI program to be a top ranked program in Germany, as well as our management program in digital business, digital transformation, and our international MBA to be a top ranking program as well in Germany. And they ranked it based on the employability of our students, based on the student satisfaction of these programs, and also based on the company projects and the company partners we had for these programs as well. Apart from that, we're also ranked by CHE University Ranking, and we've been ranked 4 out of 5 stars for our programs in data science and AI and coding as well. So this goes to show you that even though we are a young university, we have been able to achieve a lot of rankings in a very short period of time. And also for those of you who want to look at if the degree is state recognized, it is a state recognized degree. So it's equivalent to any big or any state recognized degree that you would get in Germany. It is a Germany university degree, and it is recognized by the state of Brandenburg. We also have quality assurance by TUE, and we are also state accredited as well. So that goes to tell you a bit about the rankings. My colleagues looking into the chat, so if you guys have any questions during this time, please raise your hand or put them in the chat. XU Exponential University is all about where business and technical students can both have a combined skill set. So if you want to study any one of our business programs, like Elle said, you will get to participate in projects that are not related to business, but maybe AI or coding or data science, and you develop those kind of skill sets as well during your studies. And if you are studying data science and AI and coding, and you want to develop business and marketing and management skill sets, or even entrepreneurship skill sets, you will do that as well with your program. So you're always going to graduate with the combined skill sets with technical and business as well. I think you heard Elf talk about project-based learning a lot. That's what our university is all about, project-based learning. You also heard her talk about E.ON, and E.ON is one of the largest energy companies in the world. They have energy offices in more than 200 countries around the world, and they're also one of the biggest energy suppliers here in Germany. And if you decide to study at XU Exponential University, this is how you're going to learn with what we define as project-based learning. So when you study any module or any program, you first would learn concept and theory. And then we want to test that you understand the concept and theory. So you probably do concept and theory for the first 3 or 4 months, of the first 2 months, depending on the module you're studying. And then we want to test that you understand the concept and theory. And how we test that you understand the concept and theory, we'll give you a real life company problem or case study or project or research from one of our partner companies in Germany or in Europe to solve in the classroom with your classmates and professor. And the idea of working on this company project or case study or even company problem is that at the end of the semester or at the end of the module, you are expected to showcase your results with your classmates and professors back to the employees of these companies in the form of a presentation. And sometimes that presentation could also be a final exam. So based on the feedback from the employees of the company, you get your grades. Like for example, Elf, what she just talked about, she's working as a working student at E.ON. Her final exam was this presentation that she did with her classmates and professor to almost about 60 employees of E.ON. And she got her grades in this particular project based on the feedback from the employees of E.ON. But one of the strongest things of learning this kind of environment is that if you really stand out like Elf with your qualities, both soft and hard, and you really make an impression on these companies, then these companies themselves can offer you the chance to do an internship during your study, and that to a paid internship as well, just on the basis of that presentation. And that's how Elf landed her student job at E.ON as well. And that's how a lot of our students land their first career or their first internship or their first practicum, as we call it here in Germany, with project-based learning. We have worked with several companies. We work with big companies in Germany. We work with small companies. We also work with startups. And based on the program that you're studying, you can do various kind of projects, like maybe developing digital marketing strategies for these companies, Instagram campaigns, TikTok campaigns, apps for them, games for them, website for them, AI integration for them, generative AI with them. There's so many different things that we do. And this is how you will learn with what we call project-based learning. This is our bread, butter, food. We live, breathe, and eat it. And this is what you all will be doing if you decide to study at XU Exponential University. So this is where theory meets practice. Just give you a couple of moments to absorb that. And if you have any questions about project-based learning, we're also going to put our meeting link in the chat. You can make a meeting with any one of our admission advisors, and we're happy to consult you on the individual program and also help you understand better on how project-based learning works. But this is how you'll be studying at our university if you decide to study at our university, and you'll be working on real company projects and doing lesser theory and more practice by solving real world problems. And you also get to know about the real world skills that you need in order to graduate and even get employed right now and in the future. And you'll also be up to date with the latest technology. You'll be up to date with the latest solutions, and also you'll be up to date with the latest, let's say, buzzwords that are going on, themes that are going on in technology utilization and sustainability. And you'll also get the chance to work with these companies inside the classroom. You'll get to visit these companies, and you also get to meet them online. So there's a lot of networking opportunities as well created here. And who knows, these companies can also give you a recommendation or reference letter that you could put on your CV, and you can put those projects on your CV, and that could lead to further career development and further employment for you, right? Either here in Germany or anywhere in the world that you're looking to go to. So folks, that's project-based learning for y'all. And if you need more information about that, feel free to contact our team, and we're happy to then have a session with you to help you understand that. All right, moving on. We are located in this wonderful city, or what we like to call Potsdam, Berlin, or Berlin, Potsdam. It really depends. We're actually located on the boundary. So we kind of have the best of both worlds over here. Like Elf described, she lives in Berlin and she travels to our campus, and it takes her about 30, 40 minutes to get here. And Berlin is a very international city, but but you also have the small cosmopolitan town, or not cosmopolitan town, rather, a small town or small neighborhood of Potsdam, which has a lot of university students around. It's very green. It has a lot of lakes. It has a lot of naturistic area over here. You can go camping, very beautiful during the summer. And you can possibly have the best of both worlds. So if you want a big cosmopolitan city, you have Berlin. If you want a quiet area, very peaceful, not so much hustle and bustle, then you have this wonderful location or this wonderful neighborhood of Potsdam, and we are located right in between. Moving on, one of the reasons why we decided to open this university is because we saw a growing demand in Germany and in different parts of Europe for skill sets deficiency that are in digitalization and technology. And for those of you who don't know, less than 5% of German government companies are digitalized, and also less than 85% of companies here in Germany are actually digitalized. And also there's a big demand for people with skill sets in software and technology and AI. And there is also employment opportunities available. Obviously, you have to be really good at it, and you have to really be dedicated and curious and committed, like Els said. But if you are dedicated, curious, and committed, like a lot of our students, you can find student internships and employment in these fields as well. And as far as we checked the last time, there is a 75.8% employment chance of getting hired in digitalization or technology in Germany if you graduate, and you graduate with the right skill sets and also with the right motivation as well. All right, so let's go to our bachelor programs. And for our October 2025 intake, we still have a few places remaining. So those of you interested in data science and AI, you can look at our bachelor in data science and AI. And those of you interested in business, marketing, entrepreneurship, or even finance, or even sustainability, you can look at our bachelor in digital business and sustainability. What makes our programs very unique is our programs are very career focused. So at the end of the program, by doing all these company projects and working on different modules that have these company projects, you will also know what kind of career do you want to do. And that comes into our specialization. And every program allows you to choose a specialization at the end of the program. So for example, you study data science and AI, and then you can choose a specialization in either web technologies, or if you want to get into cybersecurity, or if you want to get into AI or computational intelligence, you can choose the specialization in that field. And you can then look at different jobs that come in that field as well. And obviously, you can do internships and work during our programs, because our programs are designed for people who want to work and study at the same time as well. And if in case you guys are looking at a career in business, in digitalization, digital transformation, digital marketing, you're looking at a career in probably starting up your own company. Lots of our students have gone out to start up their own company, and lots of them are also running them right now. You can then specialize in either digital marketing and social media, under technology management, or digital health, or even strategy and consulting with our bachelor's in digital business and sustainability as well. In case if you're interested to apply or find out more about the program, kindly get in touch with us via our website or the links that you see in the chat. So these are two bachelor programs that we're offering in winter 2025, October 2025. Like I said, we still have a few places available. So those of you who haven't made up your mind for your bachelor program, you can still apply for these programs. We'll have a look at your profile, and we'll do an interview with you. And if we see a good fit between you and us as a university, then you probably can look to get into these programs and start these programs with us in October 2025 and be a part of the digital revolution, or be a part of the digital rock stars that we call at XU Exponential University. And then from next year, we're also going to offer Industry 4.0 management at the bachelor level as well. So these are our bachelor programs that we have two of them in data science and AI and digital business and sustainability, which will be starting from October 2025. And ladies and gentlemen, what's really important to notice over here, these are brand new accredited programs, which means you're going to be studying new, innovative modules and programs that are made with industry experts and industry leaders, and you won't be studying what was taught maybe 5 or 10 years ago, or the boring stuff anymore. And if those of you want to study something modern, innovative, and technology oriented, then these programs could be the right program for you. Those of you who have completed your bachelor's and probably are working or have worked for about a couple of months and want to get into data science, you can look at our Master in Data Science. Again, what makes this program very unique is the specialization, and you can choose between 3 specializations. So in case if you want to get into data science or work with data, you can choose information analytics as your specialization. If you want to choose business, then we have marketing, HR, and financial analytics as a specialization, which you can choose in business analytics. And if you want to get into AI, programming, and software programming and learning languages like Python, Julia, and Scala, then you can choose human-computer interaction and natural language processing, or LLM, as your specialization. This program is for 2 years and doesn't require any working experience. The next program that we have is one of my favorite programs. I really enjoy this program quite a lot because it's called Industry 4.0. And if any of you can guess why it's called Industry 4.0, there might be a good surprise for you waiting at the end of this presentation. So those of you who want to guess what 4.0 means, please type out your answers in the chat, and then we'll let you know at the end of the session if it's correct or not. I'm just going to take a sip of my water in the meantime till you actually type in the chat what Industry 4.0 or what 4.0 means. And then we can answer that at the end of the session. So those of you who come from an engineering background and want to make this mix between machines, and also you're looking at software and AI, then Industry 4.0 can be a great program for you. We have unique specializations like smart cities. So if you come from a civil engineering or architecture background, maybe smart cities could be a specialization from you. If you're coming from electrical, mechanical, or automobile engineering, or even an IT bachelor's program, you can look at robotics, automation, and intelligent manufacturing as your specialization. And this is something that a lot of companies are undergoing right now. Even the Tesla factory that is nearby, our campus in Potsdam, 90% of it is controlled by robotics. 90% of all the German automobile companies are also controlled by robotics. So this is a key skill required right now if you want to get hired in engineering or the automobile or even smart engineering or intelligent manufacturing here in Germany. And then we also have Industry 4.0 smart industrial applications. So those of you who want to develop apps for industries, or even like we have today in our homes, everything is controlled with an app, our washing machines, our lights, dishwashers. I mean, today everything can be done with an app. And if you want to learn that, then you can also look at smart industrial application. Again, this is a 2-year program like our data science masters, and you do not need any working experience to get into this Master Industry 4.0. You would need a bachelor's degree and your transcripts. Then we get to our 2 business programs and our management programs, and we always have business and technology as well in the program, and same for Industry 4.0 and data science. You'll also study a bit of business with those programs. And if you have 2 years of working experience and you have skill sets in digitalization, and you want to upgrade your skill sets in digitalization, digital transformation, and sustainability, then our Master in Digital Transformation Sustainability could be a perfect program for you. It is a 1-year program, and you need at least 2 years of relevant working experience to join this program. And normally students with 2 to 5 years would look at this program who want to upgrade their skill sets in digitalization and sustainability. But if you want a more rounded program in business and you want to develop different skills in business, along with that, you want to develop digitalization as a skill set, then you can also look at our international MBA program that runs for about 18 months or 1.5 years approximately. And what makes our international MBA program very unique and cool as well is that you can study a modern specialization like fintech, and you don't need to study the age-old boring banking and finance, which we have now upgraded to fintech. And if you want to work in a bank, or you want to work in finance today, or even in investment banking, then you need to have the skill set of fintech rather. Those of you who want to get into different areas in business and have digital skills with that, and also learn about data and impact data management, you could also choose the unique specialization of digital engineering management. Or if you want to set up your own company one day and you want to have digital tools in order to do that, then digital engineering management could be a great program for you. And as you can see at the bottom of the screen, you can look at lots of current jobs and jobs of the future that you can look at with our futuristic and current modern innovative programs as well. So ladies and gentlemen, these are our 4 master programs, and we have 2 that you don't need any working experience, that is data science Industry 4.0, and then we have 2 where you need working experience, which is our international MBA and Master in Digital Transformation Sustainability. All right, so those were our master programs. Again, we still have places available for our October intake. So in case you're interested to join, please get in touch with us and we will then put you onto the application journey and how to start these programs with us in October 2025. All right. I also want to let you guys know that no matter what program you develop at XU Exponential University, you'll also develop your entrepreneurship skills. And in some of the programs, you will learn how to set up a company here in Germany from scratch. You will learn about international intercultural management, how to bring brand value, how to raise business and finance, how to raise finance for these companies. And actually, in some of the programs, you will pitch your business idea to real life investors here in Germany or even in Europe. And then they will tell you whether they'll invest in your business idea or anybody will invest in your business idea and what you need to set it up. And based on this entrepreneurship semester and these entrepreneurship skill sets that students can get from our programs, several of our students have also opened up their own companies, and not to just say one company, but some of them have even opened up to 4 companies and are running them very successfully right now. And some of them have also been ranked as youngest entrepreneurs in Germany. They've also been ranked 20 under 20 and 30 under 30 as well. So that goes to show you how good this entrepreneurship program that we run is. Also, those of you who are studying a bachelor program, you also have the opportunity, if you don't want to develop your entrepreneurship skills and you want to study outside Germany, then you can choose one of our partners and spend 6 months over there outside Germany to study and also perhaps do an internship there. And we have partners from all across the world and all across the globe. And you can choose partners from the European continent, the South American continent, North American continent, Asian continent, worldwide. We go worldwide with our study abroad semester. And these are some of the universities where you can also look to study 6 months in. We keep updating them every year. So in probably a second or third semester, you will receive information about the semester abroad or the international summer school program, where you can spend time out with these universities outside Germany. And also what I've been hearing from the students who have gone study abroad in the last semester is that Bali, Indonesia, for some reason, is very popular. I don't know why, but apparently Bali, Indonesia is also a very great study abroad destination right now. So a lot of people are going there. I hope to study, but yeah, it's a great location, apparently, from what I heard from our students who did the study abroad last semester in Bali, Indonesia. Also, Singapore is becoming very popular. South Korea has also been popular as well, from what I hear. And then I also hear that Malaysia is also very popular as well. So those are some of the popular ones that I've been hearing from the students who have gone over the last semester to study abroad as well. And if you want to have the cultural exchange and spend about 6 months outside Germany, then you can do so as well. And in fact, we also have a colleague over here who actually studied in Ireland, and we also have a university in Ireland called Griffith College. So maybe I'd ask you, Selena, to just open your mic and maybe share your experience of, like, being a German, studying in Germany, and then studying outside Germany in Ireland. How was that experience for you? If you would just want to share your experience for our wonderful audience here.
Yes, 100%. I think I can always recommend, if you have the opportunity to study abroad, to go abroad. On one hand, what I've said earlier, that it's always good. It's not just about studying your modules and your coursework, but when you go abroad, you learn a lot about different cultures, about different learning, different ways of learning. And if you study early on, maybe even another language. So I think for me, I did my bachelor's in Germany and then my master's in Ireland. I think it was one of the best decisions I've ever did. And if I had the possibility to go to any of these universities that are listed here, I'd 100% go as a student. So I can highly recommend it.
Thank you, Selena, for sharing your experience. And guys, these universities and many more wait for you if you decide to study at our university. Trying to go into what comes next. All right, so I think faculty is an important part of decision making for any university student, and we do understand that as well. And the great thing about our faculty is that they're not only academically qualified, they're also engaged in the industry, which means that either they work as consultants or running their own companies, and some of them are also investors, and some of them run up to almost about 4 companies as well. And they also have contacts with companies here in Germany as well as in Europe as well. Like on the screen, you see Dr. Peter. He actually also sits on the SAP academic board, and we get a lot of projects from SAP or SAP as they're popularly known. And our students can also do certifications in SAP as well. We also have access to SAP's career ecosystem, which means if you graduate with us or you're studying with us, you'll be able to apply with SAP jobs all around the world because we have access to this ecosystem or dashboard during your studies as well. If you see Dr. Bastian on your screen over here, apart from being very handsome, he also is voted as one of the top 100 entrepreneurs or minds in Germany. One of our other professors I recently read in their site was ranked as one of the top 500 minds worldwide as well. Dr. Florian, he's a lecturer by us as well. And if you see Dr. Petio over here, he brings a lot of projects from the European Union. And you can also do projects that are co-funded by the European Union and also get the chance to interact with people who either work at the European Union or have worked at the European Union as well. And Dr. Martin has good contacts with banks here in Germany, including Deutsche Bank and Berliner Volksbank. We've also done a lot of company projects and project-based learning with banks here in Germany as well. So you'll have that opportunity if you decide to study with us and have the wonderful experience of working with our wonderfully qualified and also wonderful professors like Elf. You heard from Elf. They also get to know you on a personal level. You get to know them on a personal level, and you share a very personal relationship with them. And you can not only talk to them about studying, but you can talk to them about different kind of things. And they can help you reach your career goals, help you understand what kind of specialization can suit you. And who knows, they can also recommend you for internships in their network as well. And if you see Dr. Rad, he also has a lot of contacts with companies here in Germany. And we're doing a couple of really big data science projects as well, where we're helping them with algorithm tracking, and our research team is also being led by Dr. Rad. And if you are really studying hard and you are really working hard, you could also be hired by our research committee as internships for data science as well. So that goes to tell you a little bit about our faculty, and 90% of them are German, and they are invested in the industry as well, and they can get you connected in the industry as well. A big part of our university, like Elle said, is the networking events. Like she talked about that from her second day itself, she got into a networking event and she got to speak to the CEO of a company. And we organize several of these events where you're not just grouped with people from your own study program. You will also then get to study and work in groups and work in these kind of networking events with people from other study programs as well. So whether you're studying business or technology, you will all be put together and you'll all have the chance to develop different interdisciplinary skill sets by joining these networking events as well. We hold several of them during the year. And last year we held the AI Biz conference that was also co-funded by the European Union. And this conference was attended by former members of the European Parliament, as well as industry leaders. And our students had to present their projects in AI and AI in business to this panel. And several of them also had the chance to apply for internships with the companies that were present at this conference, as well as all of them got certificates that were not co-funded, but rather signed or rather endorsed from the European Union. And they also get to put that on their CV as well. Apart from that, we recently had the Navigating AI, Building Competence in AI conference and workshop as well. And students got the chance to also then help develop and build their competence in AI as well. Again, helped by Dr. Petio and this wonderful panel that you see here on the screen. And students had a great networking opportunity over here. Again, this was another project co-funded by the European Union that we do several of as well. And this was the Navigating AI conference that we had, or workshop that we had. Oh, sorry. Yeah, apart from that, I think what's also really important this year, we have launched our own entrance exam, our own university entrance exam. So in case if you're unable to get in based on the qualifications that you might have into a German university, you can then try to get into our program by passing our university entrance exam and also test AS on the side. In case if you want to know how to join our bachelor programs and you don't have the right qualifications for it as per the German system, the international system, there are lots of different qualifications. And if you have a high school diploma and you have graduated from the high school and you have your transcripts available, then get in touch with us, make an application, or get in touch with my team or me via the link posted in the chat. And then we can help you understand if you might be eligible for our university entrance exam. And if you pass this exam, then you can have direct access to enter into our bachelor's exam bachelor's, not exam. You'll have lots of exams during the bachelor's program, but I mean the bachelor's programs with our university entrance exam. And this would be basically broken down into fundamental knowledge in the core area of either data science, computer science, or AI, and also maths. And then you also have business and sustainability and a bit of marketing with that, which will be followed with an interview that goes into your cognitive testing. So you want more information on this, get in touch with us and we'll be happy to give you more information on our university entrance exam to any one of our bachelor programs as well. As long as you have a high school diploma and transcripts, we can then look at your application if you might be eligible to do our university entrance exam. And that's exclusive only to our university. Let me highlight that. That will not give you entry into any other German university. It only gives you entry if you pass into our university. Just to point that out, folks, so that we don't get any confused over here. All right. As you all know, we are a private university, and if you just check the link in the chat that one of my colleagues is posting right now, you will be able to see the tuition fees for the different programs that we have. Depending on what part of the world you come from, you have the non-EU and the EU tuition fees as well. And for the students who are based within the European Union or come from the European Union, you can pay monthly wise as well. Or if you're coming from outside the European Union, you can pay semester wise or yearly wise as well. Kindly get in touch with us and then we'll help you see what tuition fees matches what programs, and ideally our tuition fees range between 7.5 to 12,000 euros per year, depending on which part of the world you come from, and also depending on what program that you are studying. We do offer partial scholarships as well. So if you get in touch with us, we'll be happy to inform you of what partial scholarships that you might be available for if you decide to join our program in October 2025 as well. We still have a few scholarships remaining, not full, but partial. And in case you want to be a part of that, then get in touch with our team and we'll be happy to then guide you through that process as well. In terms of living cost, this is well known. If you want to study in Germany, you need to have an average of about 12,000 euros per year, which is at least about 1,000 euros per month, depending on your lifestyle. And depending on your lifestyle, an average student could spend between 1,200 to 1,000 to sometimes even 1,500 euros a month. That really depends, but this is what you would need on average for grocery, accommodation, and transportation. Speaking of accommodation, I'm actually going to then now hand over to my colleague Zu, who is an expert on accommodation here in Potsdam, Berlin, and he's going to give you some insights about accommodation as well, and what kind of accommodation support we provide if you decide to study with our university. So Zu, you want to come in and help? Before you come in and help the people, I actually also want to talk, before we get into accommodation, sorry about that, let me just talk about this. In case if you come from the EU, or you're an EU citizen, or you're an EU permanent resident, or you also come from an OECD country, that means Australia, US, South Korea, Japan, and Canada, then you might have the option to also finance your tuition fees from our financing partner Brain Capital, where you could then take the tuition fees as a credit and you would then pay it back if you then have a minimum salary level of, let's say, about approximately 30,000 euros after graduation. And it's based on a solidarity system. So there's no fixed interest or fixed installment that you need to pay, and really depends on your income as well as what you're earning as well at that time. So in case if you do come from the EU or OECD countries and you're looking at financing your full tuition fees, it is possible. Please get in touch with us, and our admission advisory team would be happy to counsel you on our financing option that we have with our various partners here in Germany as well. But please note, this is only available for EU citizens or EU permanent residence holders of citizens from the OECD as well as of now. But we promise that more financing options are coming by 2026, and I'm sure that we're going to have lots of financing options for students outside the EU as well for our 2026 intake. So watch this space for more. But coming back to accommodation, sorry, Zoo, about that. I just had financing jump up, and I thought that was an important part before we move into accommodation. But yeah, Zoo, you can take it over and then now talk about accommodation. I'll just go into accommodation a bit. No, I'm still jumping a bit. So maybe I think I'm jumping a bit too much, and maybe I need to slow down. And Zoo, you'll get your turn. So maybe just hang on to your mic just for a little bit. I also want to kind of cover a few things before you kind of get into accommodation. So if you, those of you who are looking to study in Germany, if you do not already know, you can work and study at the same time. And most students can work up to 20 hours part-time, and they can earn between 12 to 20 euros per hour. And the idea is you're able to get this student job or internship through one of the company projects that you do, and you impress these companies, and these companies that we work with are ready to then pay you 12 to 20 euros per hour if you do an amazing project with that. Apart from that, you also have other internships and jobs that you could do, and our career services team is going to be there to help you out and to get those jobs and internships. And apart from that, if you're looking for income jobs that we don't recommend, there are lots of other income jobs that you can do in Berlin and Potsdam that are also in English as well. How we ask our students, and we normally recommend to our students to concentrate on internships and student jobs that are related to your field of studies, because at the end of the day, you want to look at something that where you can look at progression, you can look at growth, and if you do something related to your field of studies, you can always look to grow in that area, like ELF and several of our students are currently doing or have done so as well. But it is very much possible to earn a part of your living expenses or some of your living expenses by also working up to 20 or 23 hours per week, as it's allowed here in Germany. And if you do graduate here in Germany, and if you graduate from one of our master or bachelor programs, on average, our bachelor students earn about 40 to 50,000 euros per year after graduation. And our master students can earn anywhere between 50 to 80,000 euros per year. Again, it's not guaranteed. It really depends on you. It depends on how much hard work you invest, how committed you are, how motivated you are, and how basically, I would say, how much you show up. And the more you show up, I would say, the more chances you have of achieving these kind of salary levels. But it's really individual and all depends on what your individual goals are and how you choose to achieve them. We are there to support you, motivate you, and give you all the tools and opportunities possible. But at the end, what you do with it and what kind of salaries you reach is totally up to you. And these are some of the other projects that are actually created by our students. This is one of Germany's first cashback app that was created by our students, and the marketing and business students did the Instagram campaign for this app, and then the data science and AI and coding students actually coded and developed this app as well. So these are some of the fun projects that go on at our university, and also our students have the chance to work with some studios and helping them market their hoodie line, and they did the Instagram and digital business models for them as well. So these are some of the other company projects our students have done, or not only company projects, but these projects were actually developed by the students as a result of the company projects that they have done. And this particular project also started a TikTok trend about self-improvement and clothing and lifestyle as well. So lots of things that can come out by also working with students from different backgrounds, and you can also create lots of new things. And this is what our students do studying these programs with us. All right, and we also have lots of success stories. You can go on to our LinkedIn page to see all the company projects we're doing and also see the employability of our students. Several of the students that you can see on your screen have been able to secure the internship based on the projects that they've been doing with the company. I also recently heard one of the students on the screen, Kino, he participated in the European AI ethical hacking competition, and he came third in that competition, if I'm not mistaken. So some of our students have also gone on to be successful in that range, and a lot of our students have also been hired by SAP or also partners of SAP based on the company projects that they've done with SAP as well. And a lot of them also gone on to get hired with other companies as well. So you can check out our LinkedIn page to find out where our students are working or what they have done after graduation as well. And also what are the company projects that we are running at our university. In order to support your career goals, we have a career services team. So when you arrive at university, if you don't know what you want to choose as a specialization, you're not too sure about what kind of career you're looking for, you basically will start by writing a career script. And we have a career services team to help you with career coaching, where we help you develop that script. We help prepare you for interviews, help you develop your CV as per German standard, your LinkedIn profile, and then you go through workshops. You also go through reading week as well, where you get to meet companies, you get to meet HR people from these companies. We also have job fairs in Berlin and Potsdam that students attend. So we really try and help you develop a career, but it always depends on you, that you need to show up, you need to make the German's coming in my head right now, but you need to make the meeting with the careers team, and you need to organize yourself to kind of try and apply to these internships and jobs. And then you need to start writing your career script right from the time you come to our university. But our career services team is there to support you with that. And we also have our own internal dashboard where you can apply for these jobs. And we have several partners that post these jobs in English as well. And you also get the app to that. And you can also download the app, also apply for these jobs from the website as well. So that's the career dashboard that we have if you join our university. Yeah, and for those of you who want to be spoken to in German, maybe I'll ask my colleague Selina to come back in here again. And Selina, maybe you want to say a few words to this lovely screen that we see right now?
Yes, I'll say it in German real quick. Also falls jemand mehr komfortabel ist, auf Deutsch zu sprechen, kann er auf jeden Fall einen Termin mit mir buchen. Ich packe den Link in die description. And for everyone else who doesn't speak German, so if you have any questions of living in Germany or studying, as my colleague Levin already said, you can always book an appointment with us. If you're more comfortable in German, you can book with any of us, but also with me. And I put the link into the little chat so you can directly book one. Thank you.
Yeah, we're also offering German courses as well. For those of you who don't know German and want to get to a basic level of German, it's offered on demand for like a small fee. But don't ask me to teach that course because my German is not that great. So I'm definitely not going to be teaching that course. So don't worry. Those of you looking to join our university and study a German course as well, you will not be taught that course, the German course, at least taught by me. And if you want to be consulted in German and you want to kind of have an individual consultation or with your family as well to be consulted in German, then we have our lovely colleague Selina who will be happy to counsel you and speak to you and tell you more about our university as well as our study programs and tuition fees as well. All right, so this is the part I've been preparing you, Zoo, for a while. And I know I've been telling you to switch off your mic and talk about accommodation, but not really coming to accommodation till that time because there were other topics to talk about. But now I can finally promise you that I'll let you talk about accommodation, and this slide will be about accommodation, and you can now take over and tell our young audience or even our audience about accommodation and accommodation options they would have if they decide to study at our university. So Zoo, over to you.
Thank you, Levine, for calling me accommodation expert. Actually, I didn't know that I have that nickname, but now I think I'm an expert, maybe because that finding accommodation is so difficult here in Berlin-Potsdam region. And I myself is also a foreign student like a few years ago, and I find myself accommodation as a student, and also I help a lot of students to find their accommodation in this neighborhood. So yeah, I can definitely give some advices on this topic. So in general, most of the universities, especially in Berlin, they don't have their own accommodations. So it's the same situation as XU. But what we can offer is to give the students the opportunity, the student of XU, the opportunity to apply for accommodations from our exclusive partners guide. So I will also share the website in the chat later. So basically, what we can do is that once the student is enrolled as a former student of XU University, they will have very high possibility and chances to get an offer for accommodation from Sky, from this company who's running apartments also for students as well. So the reason that we recommend the student to apply from Sky is not only because that, especially for international students, when before you come here to Germany, you could already apply by email. Without necessity to come here in person to have an interview, like when you apply for the apartments from the public market. But also, if you check the offers on their website, so maybe you can go to the next slide, that most of the offers that from Sky, they are very close by to the campus. And please pay attention that here is there's not many offers around this neighborhood, because we can go to that part later, that our campus is at the border between Berlin and Potsdam. So basically, if you couldn't get an offer from Sky, so that means you will be like in a walking distance from our campus. If you visit their website, you can also see that all the offers from Sky, they are full furniture, single apartments, and also you don't need to bring anything to move in. And also the price of their offers are also very competitive if you're comparing those offers to the other offers in the public market. So yeah, so basically this is what we suggest you to do. Just as soon as you are accepted by XU and you want to find your accommodations, no matter you're from outside of Germany or you're already you want to relocate from other cities to Berlin, Potsdam, so please contact Sky first to check whether there are still offers nearby the campus, and try to apply one for yourself. And of course, you could also apply for the accommodations from other sources as well. So once you are admitted to our university, then we will send you a full list of these apartments providers, either from the public market or for the students, like student accommodations. You could get contact with all the providers in the list, so they're all credited providers, and yeah. But because most of those offers are open to all the candidates or all the applicants, maybe not only for students as well, so it could be a little bit more competitive. So what we suggest you to do is always apply from Sky first. So as a XU University student, then try, if you still have time in between before you arrive Germany, then you could try to use to contact those providers which are included in our final admission email. And you could also book a meeting with us individually regarding this topic, of course. So yesterday, I just did a accommodation consulting meeting with one of our students who was from Portugal. And also, we gave them a lot of tips when applying accommodations in Berlin, Potsdam from different sources. But I would say this is also very time consuming. Then I would suggest all of you to try to prepare as soon as possible after you're granted a study seats here in XU University. And also, we always encourage the students to do a lot of networks here in XU, not only within our student community and alumni network. As we mentioned, that XU is a small private university with a very small student community. But our location, as I mentioned, is between Berlin and Potsdam. So we have very strong network, either with those public universities in Berlin or in Potsdam as well. So one example is that if you apply for a sports membership, because here in Germany, the biggest sports clubs are run by those public universities. So here in Potsdam, you could apply for as a membership of the Hochschulsport Potsdam. So you don't need to pay anything and you get membership. Then you could get the access to more than 125 different kinds of sports clubs. So that almost covered everything you want to play, and you could get access to all their training courses, playmates, equipments. So as far as I can remember, when I was studying here in Germany, I participated two sports clubs. One of them is the baseball club, which is extremely expensive if I want to play it in China. But when I was studying in the university, I didn't pay anything, and I took their training courses two times in a week. And I use all their equipment. I joined their training courses. I get the networking, and I know a lot of friends in Germany. Some of them are also international friends. So this is something that we also always encourage our students to do when you come here, especially for the international student who doesn't have any friends or connections here in Berlin or Potsdam. And also for talking about this kind of integration, and we also encourage our students to start to learn German after they arrive at XU, even before they come here. So as Lavin has introduced, we don't require a student to have this basic German proficiency to study here in XU, or even if you wanted to work here in Berlin Potsdam, you can also use English, that's no problem. But know German will definitely help you to better get better networking or give you priority to all different kinds of employment opportunities as well. So maybe you could go to the next slides. That we, as in XU, as we have mentioned by Leaf, that we also give our German courses offers to our students. As you can see that most of them are free of charge, or we charge a very low price, around 200 to 400 euros for the whole semester. So this gave us, the students, the opportunity to practice the language, get integrated in this new environment, and also very importantly, making friends. So in the picture, you can see that this is here in Germany, we call it tandem. So that basically means that for international students, if you come to Germany, you wanted to practice German, you find someone to practice with you together. And you just exchange the practice with your mother language. So for example, if I do this tandem with Selena, so every week we will meet like 1 hour in the university, and we speak like 30 minutes in Mandarin and 30 minutes in German. So that helps you to practice your language as well as to making friends as well. So of course, there are also other offers for the German classes as mentioned, because our location is perfectly located in between Berlin and Potsdam. If you take a train or public transportation, it only takes you like 15 minutes to go to the public universities like Potsdam University or like Berlin Free University or like Humboldt University within 20 minutes. So in that case, you could get all these kind of resources in these public universities regarding this language learning. Like you can use their like language centers, you could join their language classes. But I would want to mention is that because for those public universities, their study seats for language course will be firstly reserved by their own students. So when there are seats opening, so you could also apply. But we already recommend you to reconsider to join this German class of XU first. And if you want to have some higher level of practice, like beyond A2, like B1 or B2, you can check the offers from other universities or even join these Goethe Institute's other private language centers here nearby in Berlin or Potsdam. Okay, so basically, I think this is our part. So the last thing I wanted to mention is that do not only study and work, but also enjoying your life here. So here, XU Exponential University has provided this perfect location for you to network yourself. As I mentioned a lot of times, that we're located between Berlin and Potsdam, so you will meet a lot of international students in Berlin. And if you take one step back, you can see that Potsdam is actually a very small town here in Germany with a lot of locals. You could also enjoy yourself doing networking here and experiencing this local culture and to know some local people here and to practice your German. So in the picture, you can see that here in Potsdam, we are surrounded by many beautiful lakes. And there are also many beautiful sightseeings organized by our students or sometimes by our faculty members as well. And sometimes as a small university, actually, we are actually at the almost same age with you guys. So we also hang out together sometimes. And if you want to have some further information about the students' life here in XU, may you go to the next slide, Levine, then you could just go and download this app, Uni Life, in your cell phone, and you register as a XU student. Then you could already, before you're enrolled to the university, you could already get to contact with our ongoing students and alumni, like Alif we talked with today. So they are organized in different groups with interest like sports or like founding accommodations. So you could join these different kind of groups and network yourself here in Germany even before you come here. Okay, so basically this is everything I need to share with you. So Levine, I will give it back to you, and I hope that answers most of the questions, no?
Yeah, thank you so much for that. Microsoft has a habit of muting me. I don't know why. Maybe because I speak too much. That's why they mute me. I don't know why. But yeah, thank you so much for that contribution, Sue. It's lovely to hear about accommodation, different opportunities our students have if they decide to study with us. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have reached the end of the session. It has been a lovely long session, but I hope you found it informative. I don't know if there are any questions for us, or if anybody has any comments or feedback, we'll be happy to answer any questions or comments or feedback. Like our colleague has said, in case if you're unable to join the session or missed out the session, or somebody has left the session, they will receive a recording of the session as well. So I don't know if there are any questions or any comments or any feedback. If somebody's talking about shared apartments as well, there are lots of shared apartments in Berlin and Potsdam. Kindly get in touch with us, and if you are enrolled, we'll give you those options as well.